Hi guys, this is GSTonom.com and I'm here with the Samsung Galaxy S23, the small one, the 6.1 incher. It weighs just a little above 160 grams and this time it gets rid of the protruding camera module at the backside. The lenses will sprout straight from the backside like we saw on the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now we have here the green version, there's also a lilac one, white and black as well. We have a metal frame obviously. This is regular glass with the older Gorilla Glass protection, while at the front we have Gorilla Glass Victus 2, the new generation, which can withstand drops from up to 2 meters, and it can also take scratches in an easier fashion compared to the previous Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. The screen you're seeing here is a 6.1 inch panel, obviously AMOLED, 120 Hz refresh rate, and the bezels are, I would say, decently narrow. I wouldn't call them narrower than the Galaxy S22. Now, there's an eco-friendly approach here. Samsung has used more recycled materials. Gorilla Glass Victus, for example, 2 has 22% recycled materials. The metal here is also recycled, and the plastic parts are obviously recycled, even more than last year for sustainability. Now, the phone itself is flatter now. The backside is flatter, the frame is flatter, and the facade, there's no trace of curves here, possibly on account of the feedback from gamers who desire a, well, not curved screen, so their fingers wouldn't slide on it. Now, I think that we're done with the design and display. We can easily talk about the innards of the phone. Let me start with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, custom made for Samsung with a higher frequency, which should please quite a few gamers. Now, when it comes to the other specs, let's see what we have here. So, let's see. Okay, so system. We have 8 gigs of RAM as well as 120 gigabytes of storage, and you can actually supplement that RAM by adding the virtual RAM here. Okay, so you should go here and go to RAM, and you can add an extra 8 gigabytes from the settings with the RAM Plus feature. Now, aside from that, the battery has increased now. It's a 3900 mAh unit. Sadly, it doesn't skip to the 45 watt charging. It only delivers a 25 watt charging and also 10 watts wireless, if I remember correctly. It also has 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. You can place here a set of headphones or another device to get juiced up. Now, there are stereo speakers. You can see one here, and the other one is the one at the top, which is meant for the phone calls. And aside from that, I think it's time to refer to the cameras. Honestly, the biggest upgrade happens at the front, the selfie camera. Instead of a 10 megapixel shooter, we have a 12 megapixel shooter. There's VDIS, a special type of stabilization. And this time, you can also use a pro mode for the selfie camera. If you go to the back side, you'll see that the sensors are largely unchanged from last year. 50 megapixel main one, 12 megapixel ultrawide, and at the same time 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. There's optical image stabilization and also improvement as far as the night mode is concerned. Last year they called it nightography. This year they're improving the nighttime portrait. They're also adding multiple new effects here and improving the zoom and video capture after the sunset. Okay, now aside from that, the video capture now happens in 8K 30 frames per second, and I think we've covered pretty much everything. You can also play with Expert RAW app. It's more polished now, has extra features and lets you tweak the photo after taking it. We have Pro Video, we have a slow motion, and we also have a variety of other clips. From what I understood, the portrait videos have been improved. That's pretty much it. We didn't forget about the software. It's still Android 13, but this time with One UI 5.1 on top, the brand new one, which among others includes extra features for the always-on display and a bunch of cute extra widgets. Now let me show you one of them. So let's go here and we go to the widgets, and you can see here the brand new battery widget, which is quite good looking and quite useful and also shows a lot of info even regarding connected devices. Now if you want the weather widget, actually this is the weather app, you can see here the new design that has implemented. It's actually better looking than before. So this has been the hands-on with the compact Galaxy S23. It's flatter than before, it's more discreet camera-wise, and it adds extra selfie, portrait, night features. That's it from GSTonom.com. Goodbye.